Hello, my name is Natasha Osborne Booth, and today for Project One, I decided to do Chapter 10 Applying Segmenting and Pre-Training Principles from E-Learning and the Science of Instruction by Clark and Mayer. We all know our textbook. Segmenting allows the teacher to break up the lesson in a more manageable way for the learner. Bite-sized segments can be great for material that is complex and will overload the learner's cognitive system. I think of this as like a robot that would say system overload and too much to compute, and their brains would just explode. The psychology of the segmenting principle, the watchouts for this would be if a student is unfamiliar with the material presented and their cognitive system becomes overloaded, and this is called essential overload, which the learner does not have the cognitive capacity to engage and understand any further material. They just will stop, can't move on to the next step. And that does not help the learner or the teacher. The solution would be to break up the material into more manageable parts that can allow the learner to move on to the next section and fully understand the material. This benefits both the learner and the teacher because they don't have to go back and review over that material. Segmenting allows the learner to manage the information being taught. Now, pre-training principle, I think of this as the technique being used to build a foundation before you present the material to the learner, to give them more of a foundation so that they can better move on to the next portion of the material, that they'll be able to understand it better. And this allows the learner to be exposed to the material earlier. The learner can better process the material and not be overloaded. Even though you may still have to segment the material, it won't be so hard of a transition from one step to the next. And pre-training takes the learner step by step. And how would you apply this principle to my lesson? I am a new media specialist, and that's why I'm here in this program for my certification. And with this new virtual world, I've had to learn how to use all the different apps, Screencastify, Google Classroom, Google Slides, and presenting my screen and different books to the children. So I would present them with a question to make them think about the material that I'm about to present to them and help direct their thoughts to the lesson that is about to be taught. Then I would present an article on the topic, especially for older kids. I would use a Newsella article, and during the class period, I would have them each read a section of the article that would help deepen uh, their knowledge of the material. And then I would play a video to help deepen that material, to embed it in them. And then I would finally play a game like Kahoot or Jeopardy style game to make their understanding better.